Alright, fuckers, welcome back to practicing Challenge 52, an athoro workout? No, it's not an athoro workout. It's just an artist named Athoro came up with a concept called Challenge 52. Each week is focused on a different series of fundamentals. It's gonna take me way more than 52 weeks to do everything because I'm gonna do a lot more, or I'm gonna be doing a lot slower. And I'm gonna be doing the highest amount per thing. So whatever. Click on the fucking link in the description to see it. I'm not affiliated or shilled or anything. Oh, sorry, I'm a shill. I'm just not affiliated with Athoro in that way. He doesn't even know who the fuck I am. But yeah, I'm just doing this as like because I'm taking a break from the portrait stuff or just like my schedule. It's my rest week, so I thought I'd do something a bit more simple. This may not look simple to you, but it's nowhere near as complex as let's see, this shit is for me, right? It was nowhere like this hurts my brain a lot more. Obviously, I'm gonna try to think and use my brain as much as possible. But yeah, I thought this would be a great way to practice my fundamentals during these rest weeks, which I take like once every 6 weeks. Anyways, fucking draw along. Fucking draw along. Just draw along. Jesus Christ, get your pen, get your paper, practice your fundamentals with me. Right, my intros are always ass. Anyways, let's just get to it. I'm obviously trying to make interestingly placed designs using only boxes, right? So that's just what I'm trying to focus on right now. And we did a bottom, top, bottom. Okay, so we need to do a bottom angle again. Yeah, and I'm really trying to think about what could be unique, right? What I could, and I'm gonna try to make the boxes a bit bigger too. But first I need to think about a perspective, right? When you think about a horizon line, where is it? Is it here, here, here? You need to think about what perspective we're going to be. And again, I'm already thinking, I'm drawing right now. Like, not extensively detailed in my mind, but I am drawing, right? I am trying to understand something, at least in terms of the grid I want to use, like the box, right? So I think perhaps something like this. No, I already did something like that. Fuck. I'll do something like what are some unique angles? I guess I'll do something like this. Right. Okay, so I obviously want to create. Technically, this isn't even that much of a bottom angle, but I'm just gonna consider it a bottom angle because this is the bottom, is what I'm gonna say. But obviously, I'm just trying to create something that has. Yeah, I'm trying to create something that's connected, that looks mechanical, right? That's the main thing right now that I'm trying to focus on. Actually, didn't. This is not a bottom angle at all. Actually, now that I look at it, really, it's not a bottom angle, but I've already committed. And you see, like, I'll make a fuck ton of mistakes, bro. Like, I literally will make so many mistakes. And I hope that is inspiring rather than... I mean, I don't know what else it would be rather than inspiring. This artist who maybe creates decent art makes a fuck ton of mistakes. What other emotion could that possibly create apart from inspiration? I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm not just doing a bottom angle, or I'm not just gonna keep it to one angle. I'm obviously gonna be changing the angles of things. Cause you know what? This is not the exercise, because the exercise is literally, I'm doing the hardcore version, but the exercise is literally draw 500 boxes, right? Like, that's the hardcore version. I'm not obligated to follow it to a T, right? At least not in the sense that, like, wait, what am I even trying to say? I'm trying to think. Shut the fuck up. To me, I say. But I'm not obligated to follow this. Like in the same, it doesn't all have to be in the same perspective. Even in the examples that he provides, he basically draws multiple boxes in isolation in different perspectives, and that's what this exercise is supposed to be. I'm just trying to do something a little bit more complicated. No, sorry, it's not a little bit more complicated. I fucking hate it when people say that. So let me apologize and rescind my statement. Something much more complicated that is appropriate to the level that I currently am capable of and beyond, right? Like, I'm trying to push my current capabilities, right? The concept is the same, drawing multiple single boxes in isolation. I haven't been doing them in different perspectives, so now actually will be doing them in different perspectives, which is going to be a good thing because it'll actually teach me to design much better as well, right? Like, I think it's actually going to be a really good thing. But yeah, it is not a little bit more complicated. It's a lot more complicated, okay? There's a lot of different things going on that you as a beginner, who's likely a beginner watching this, is not going to be capable of doing, and that's normal because you haven't put the 500,000 reps in that I have over the last 3 years and 3 months. You haven't, so you won't be able to do this. It's just a fact, okay? And even if you're an intermediate, if you haven't put the reps that I specifically have put in, then it's highly unlikely that you'll be able to replicate something similar to this. But if you have put it, congratulations. You likely already know you could do something like this. And what I'm saying probably isn't anything special. I'm only saying it because people have really fucking stupid expectations, to be honest. People just have really, really incorrect expectations as to what they should be able to do. So I'm here to tell them to shove their expectations up their ass and just do the work, right? That's that biggie motivation. But yeah, hold up, shut up. I'm talking to myself. But let's see. I'm trying to. I don't even know if this makes sense what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to think like, oh, what's an aesthetic? What's like? What are elements being placed on a scene that look decently interesting? Right? That's all I'm trying to think right now. But whether it makes sense, that's a whole nother question, right? Because if I do something like this and then I rotate it, because now, like again, I'm not really trying to follow the same vanishing point for all of them, to be honest. I'm just trying to create boxes that are placed in an interesting manner, right? Like I don't care about the vanishing point because they don't all need to share the same vanishing point. That's something I'm realizing. So I'm just trying to, or I'm realizing for myself for what I want, right? So I'm just trying to keep that in mind. Let's see. Okay, what do I want to do here? Because things are always connecting, right? Things are always connecting. So, and of course, we can have a decent amount of, oh, see, that was a fuck up in the line. We can have a decent amount of things in the same perspective, but that doesn't mean everything has to be in the same perspective. That was a mistake too. See, like I'm too quick to just try to close that plane, but it doesn't work that way. See, that's a fuck up because that line's also incorrect. This is also a fuck up because I can't connect these lines properly and I can't keep them consistent and smooth. This is also a fuck up because that line is extremely thick and wavy, right? Like the line control is very subpar because again, this angle, drawing in this angle is very difficult for me. It's all fuck ups. It's all fuck ups. All the way around, all fuck ups. This is also a fuck up because the line was very spotty. This is a fuck up because it's a millimeter off in terms of connection. This is a fuck up because this was actually, again, I didn't connect it properly. This is a fuck up because this line is too thin. I'm trying to make a point here. Hopefully you can see that I literally make mistakes all the time. And it's like, where does he see this? Like I see this because my standards are really high. See, that's a fuck up because I wasn't confident with this line and there's this slight little millimeter of space here. All fuck ups. Every single one of them are fuck ups. Alright, this is a fuck up because this is thin to thick and that's not what I was intending. This is a fuck up because I didn't want to make a line this thick and I did. Now this wasn't a fuck up because that's exactly the type of line I wanted to make. There you go, right? Like that was not a fuck up. So I really hope this makes things clear. I'm trying to make that was a fuck up because I didn't intend to make a curve there, like a slight curve. I'm trying to make it very, very clear as to what I'm constantly thinking about. Like right now, I'm trying to think about how to connect these two shapes. And again, I'm always trying to think about how to make that was a fuck up because see, this is a fuck up because I can't connect these lines properly. I don't have the line confidence or the motor skills. That was a fuck up because this is not only diverging by accident. The line was too thick, right? I'm always thinking. All right. Let's see. I didn't even think about this, but I like the fact that I did this. Let's see. This, we can have a connection here. And we can have maybe a connection here. That was a fuck up too, because that line was too thick. Or, diverging, sorry. That was too thick. Let's see. That's too thick, so that's also a fuck up. Yeah, so there you go. Like I'm done obviously commenting on the fact that everything I'm doing is a fuck up, but I hope the point is made very clear that that was a fuck up too, did not mean to, that was a fuck up too. Right? Anything that's less than what I consider to be a perfect line is a fuck up. And that's good. Like I feel good when I do these, by the way. right? That was a fuck up too. I didn't center this properly. Oh, that was a fuck up. Made an actual accidental dot there. Right. Let's bring this a little bit outward. This is a fuck up right now because I didn't think ahead about this, but I'm gonna add it anyways. Oh, that was a fuck up. That line is converging too fast. Oh, that was a fuck up too. Oh, this is too thin. There you go. But there you go. That's the point I'm trying to make, is like I'm making mistakes all the fucking time. Literally all the fucking time I'm making a mistake. And that is a good thing. Right? Because right now I'm just trying to think about design. Right? Like how can I place these elements in a relatively decent manner? And what do I mean by decent? Like how can I place them following the general design principles that one ends up learning about as they're going on this path of learning about design, right? Oh, Gestalt principles. Oh, similarity, proximity. What else? Repetition. Fucking whatever the other things that are mentioned. I don't know, similarity. It's funny too because I'm literally a product designer, UX designer, whatever, right? Like I'm in design and the shit I don't even remember. But it's because it's all intuitive now, obviously. But in terms of web design and mobile design, not in terms of actual art, spatial reasoning design, a completely different skill. But yeah, similarity, proximity. I don't fucking know. Repetition, visual hierarchy, some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Right. So let's see. What can be done here? I'm just trying to think because I did do this. I don't think I even turned this on the axis correctly, but now I have to plan this out. Let's see. And again, I'm trying to use bigger shapes because see, that was a fuck up. The line was not confident, but I am trying to use bigger shapes so it's more clear what it is that I'm trying to do. Right? And this is like something that, okay, see, and this line's also incorrect. You can see it's curved. It's not right. But I'm also trying to see like how I could connect this as well. Like, could I do something like this? Is that cheating if I do that? Right? Wait, fuck, I fucked that up. I think I fucked that up. Hold up. I'm pretty sure I fucked this up. I'm trying to do the same thing I did here. But yeah, I think I did fuck that up, but hold up. Maybe I can fix it? We can fix it. That doesn't look that good, but I've already made the mistake, so I just gotta commit. That means we just need that same repetition everywhere else. And that's the thing, right? Like even when you make a mistake, if you just keep repeating that mistake, because it's consistently repeated. See how I'm not saying anything as a fuck up here? Oh, that was a fuck up. It spoke too soon. It's diverging line. But these lines are pretty decent. Oh, that was a fuck up. Went from decent to super thick. So yeah, they're all fuck ups. But yeah, anyways. Like one thing I know Kim Jong-gi talked about a lot, and so does Peter Han, is the fact that when you make mistakes, right, if you repeat that mistake a lot, and Dong Ho Kim I think mentioned this as well, right? Because when you make mistakes and you repeat those mistakes a lot, they end up looking intentional, or they can end up looking intentional, even if they weren't, right? Like that's kind of a tips and tricks, it seems, to mask it or to address when you make mistakes. Because everybody makes mistakes all the time. Like you see, I'm doing like the whole, oh, this is a fuck up, that's a fuck up. Like you notice how I'm doing that bullshit, right? Kim Jong-gi and I think it was a Proco video, and he was just talking about it, and then like they would show little snippets of him drawing as well, right? Doing his usual live drawing stuff, and like he in one of the scenes of that, he was like, I just made 3 mistakes, right? The translator translated that he said that, right? Like during that excerpt of the video, but what the fuck those mistakes were, we can't see, right? Maybe you can infer. Maybe if you're a much better artist than I am, right? You can likely infer, it's possible, but I couldn't see it. And I think that's the point, is like really only the people making the art are actually gonna truly know their intention. And that's obviously why making mistakes can hurt a lot, because you know what you're trying to do. But this is where we reframe our mind and be like, well, the mistake is going to teach us what it is that we were trying to do, and hopefully we try to glean even 1% of why that didn't work. Because Analyzing mistakes is extremely difficult. Like I'll be, like I'm sure anybody who's tried knows that analyzing mistakes are extremely difficult. Like you can know that you made a mistake, but it can be difficult to understand why you made that mistake, right? And that's just, in my opinion, it's a volume deficit, right? It's just do more, try more, and then you'll figure it out. And I think that's applicable to most skills. Right, like this was already looking pretty aesthetic, and all I did was change the sizes of different boxes, and at least like it's what I'm considering aesthetic, right? Like whatever that word means in this context, which is just the placement of elements, right? So then, but there's still some things that I think look pretty fucking shit, right? But that's okay. Oh, she what the fuck? See, like I didn't extend this out far enough. That one's back there. Doesn't look that good. These aren't even like aligned properly, I don't think. Right, these three boxes, because look, this is way too short. This one actually should have been much longer, like right here. So I made these too long, these two. Like even though they're correct, because I started with this one is actually the correct one. These are too long. But whatever, that mistake has been made. Can't undo it, right? Now I just gotta think about like, okay, well, what's another interesting shape I could do with the box? Right, let me just do something like this. And I know I said not everything has to be in the same perspective, but right now I'm just trying to slowly see what, I guess, nuances I can come up with. Because these are the simple shapes. These are the backbone of whatever interesting mechanical shape I decide to make later on, right? But we got this. Now what is this gonna do? Did I fuck up? Likely, right? It's actually likely that I did fuck up. Again, But what can I turn this into? So we also got this thing as well. Right, well, maybe, actually maybe we could do something like this, even though that was not my intent at all. Or maybe we can do something like that. Right, they're kind of curved and stacked around it. Does that look good? I don't think so. See, and that definitely doesn't look good. That line was a fuck up. I hope maybe you're starting to understand what I also consider to be thick lines and thin lines, right? If that tends to help. But yeah, I'm just like, it's already kind of looking like an engine type shit, as the youngins say, type shit. And I think that's pretty cool. Like I personally do think that's actually pretty damn cool. Oh, see, that's diverging. That was a huge fuck up. This is diverging badly. This line and this line. But we can't change it. We can't fix it. We can just feel good about it. Again, this line that I'm drawing right now is a huge fuck up. Oh my god, you see like how it's so hard to, in this angle, for me to continue that line when I get to this point in my range of motion? Because that's what you have to be thinking about when you like realize the mistake. It isn't just I fucked up the line. It's like, where did I fuck up the line? How did I fuck up the line? What is actually causing me to fuck up that line, right? And I'm just talking about a line, but it applies to everything: perspective, form, composition, design, blah blah blah. And some things you'll understand faster than others. I'm speaking for myself here, of course, right? Like I understand my forms better than I understand my designs, because my designs are ass. My forms are not that ass, right? But again, it all just comes down to time and effort, which we all have the same of technically, and we can control, right? Yes, somebody will probably be like, actually, I don't have time, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Then you won't achieve this. Fine. Okay, you can believe that. All right, you have the right to believe that you won't be able to allocate the time and the effort and the intent to achieve this. Cool. Okay, for those of you who believe that you will be able to allocate the time, effort, and intent to achieve this and beyond, not that this is even anything incredible, but yeah, to achieve this and beyond, there, like that's what I'm trying to say. You can do it, right? So, pee pee, poo poo, god tier shit. Okay, let me just see. Even these tiny boxes. I don't count these tiny boxes, by the way, as like actual boxes, but I'm just doing it for experimentation to see if it makes sense. Right, like how can I connect these two together? Is there a way to do that now? Even though I've already added these boxes. I'm trying to think. Maybe I can actually do something like this. Yeah, maybe we can connect it like this. Get a little bit of that foreshortening. This should be in the right angle. Do believe we are in the right perspective still. See, that line was a fuck up. It wasn't as consistent. There you go. How can we connect these? How can we connect these? Let's see. I just kind of added boxes, but I didn't even think about how I should connect them. And I don't even know if they should have been even, to be honest. Like I don't think that made sense or if that worked. Maybe this could have been a connection. Like so. And this is also very hard to do, by the way. What I'm doing right now, which is like continuing a box while still thinking about like continuing a box onwards like this, is actually very difficult to do. It took me a lot of time to be able to achieve this. I want to be very clear, like it took me a lot of time. How much time? Arbitrarily, let's just say 40 hours and 600 repetitions. No, sorry, let's just say 80 to 100 hours and yeah, 600 intentional repetitions. You see, and it's still fucking misaligned, actually. Because I wasn't thinking that much, so that's my fault. I wasn't thinking, therefore I wasn't drawing. Right? That's a bit better, but now I just have to pretend like for the sake of the fucking design. But see, like that's just not good. That's just not good. And it's okay. Like I'm not upset about it. I just know that okay, fucking A, think, B, don't do stupid shit before like you actually decide on the mark. So really, it just comes down to thinking, yeah. But I'm just trying to see how this shape can. Like the thing is, like it's just boxes too. I cannot taper them. I cannot put subtractions on them, right? I can't put additions. I can't add cylinders. So it's just boxes. It's actually a really good exercise to be like, it's just boxes. And this actually, I am gonna try to think about silhouette. I'll be completely honest. I haven't even had the opportunity to think about silhouette because I'm thinking about line, perspective, form, and design right now, right? But hey, maybe this is an opportunity for me to think about silhouette right now. Literally right now, now that I mentioned it. This could very well be the opportunity to think about silhouette. Right? What is stopping me from this being the moment? And again, this just comes down to kind of the intuition that I'm saying I'm displaying right now comes down to all the studying and analyzing. Not that I do a lot, by the way, only 20 minutes a day max of just looking on Pinterest of hard surface designs, right? And like mech stuff. But I'm saying that is what informs my intuition, right? If I'm being intuitive, that's what's doing it. When I'm thinking, I'm still trying to think about like, okay, well, what do I know? You know? So it all just comes down to that. See, I can't do a subtraction here, but I can do this. And again, I gotta really think about the perspective because there are vanishing points, there are horizon lines. And the lines that I'm making, you see these are already off. This with that, this plane with this plane. But the lines that I'm making need to make sense, at least a little bit. Right? Still gotta follow the overall perspective, still gotta keep the entire box in mind. Obviously referencing the other boxes that it's surrounded by. These two lines are mistakes because they're too thin, right? And let's see. I'm just trying to think right now. Hold up. Okay, let me try seeing if a connection like this will work out. Up, see, this line is also a mistake. It's like it's like a half a millimeter. It's converging too fast, right? It's going too fast to that vanishing point. But look, and it's been 24 minutes. 24 minutes to draw this garbage, right? It's all the same shit, right? And I don't mean to say that in a mean way. I'm obviously just being facetious. I'm being facetious, right? So, and yeah, maybe try a little asymmetry, like put it down a little bit below. Below? What the fuck? Low? I just combined below and lower. Genius. Right, this is really hard to do again, like connecting continuing the form even past a point where it can't be seen, and making sure it's consistent is very difficult to do. At least I find it very difficult to do. And I do believe it is something that's pretty difficult all around, because I'm still trying to think about the perspective, right? Okay, see, but now it looks connected. It's not bad. I'm just trying to make sure that there's something else here as well. There you go. Maybe this will be something. Again, these lines are way too thick, and the control is just not where I want it to be, right? But that's fine. I'm okay with that, because why would I be expecting my control to be at a place where it's not? I'm just trying to make it be at a place that it is currently at, and push past that, right? That's all there is to it. I don't know if this looks, I don't think this looks good at all, actually, but we'll keep it, because I wasn't able to figure out anything here, and I was thinking a lot for this. I was thinking a decent amount, but I actually just was not able to figure out anything decent. So you can look, it kind of just looks dumb. Yeah, you can see that it just kind of looks dumb, right? It's like, what is that? What is that? What is this? This has no silhouette. This is just a bunch of samey shapes. There's nothing unique about this whatsoever, right? I tried. I 100% did try, and I failed really badly to the standards that I was trying to meet, but I knew I inevitably would not be able to meet because I don't have the skills to meet them yet. That's all it is. Anytime you have standards and you don't meet them, it's just because you're not skilled enough. You know, the whole point is the fact that you're trying to be that person who is skilled enough, but you're not skilled enough. That's the whole point, right? Like that's what the learning experience is I'm gonna try to do something that I can't do. Oh, would you look at that? I couldn't do it. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it again, but this time I'll really try to do the thing that I can't do. Oh, would you look at that? I couldn't do it again. This is that guy. I completely lost the silhouette here. But that was good practice. And this does look relatively interesting. Maybe not so mechanical, right? But I can even do something like this to maybe... And I'm saying maybe, not that it's actually gonna work, but maybe if I add like elements that are similar, it'll make it seem as if it's all part of the same design. I don't think so. I don't think that worked. But I'm gonna rest my brain, and then I encourage you to do so. I can't speak. I encourage you to do so as well, and then we will come back, and I'll come on that back. Yes. Anyways, just rest your brain, Jesus. But you can see how from these three and this to this, there's already slowly but surely starting to kind of understand things a bit more in terms of like, oh, I can mix diagonals and I can mix boxes and I can mix like different angles of boxes and connect them in ways that could seem mechanical. Not that like I'm a fucking genius with that whatsoever, right? Like this is all just really difficult for me, and it's still a lot of sameness, right? I feel as if I could make it a lot more interesting, but okay, this ended up becoming a top perspective, so I definitely gotta do a bottom one. Right, so let me try thinking about an interesting silhouette. Well, for one, let me do something like this. And that line was way too thick. Right, that line was way too fucking thick. Look at that, Jesus. That's the line that I wanted. This line right here. You see, my pen control requires a lot of work. Genuinely requires a lot of work. Right? But I'm just trying to think. So why don't we do... There you go, something like that. Right? I'm just trying to figure something out. Like I don't... And why do I keep saying don't instead of don't? What the fuck is wrong with the J and the D? My brain is not working. But yeah, I'm just trying to I'm trying to make sense of something for sure, right? Some sort of design that I could possibly do that would maybe seem unique, right? Emphasis on maybe, not actually, but maybe. And by the way, this is not the only type of designs I'll be doing. Like, I know there's a lot more that I could be doing. I'm just, oh, see, that was a mistake. I am just focusing on kind of silhouette design, this type of box stuff for now. There's a lot of different things that could be done. There's like genuinely a lot of different things that could be done. And maybe actually, maybe I could do it right now. Maybe I could do it right now. If this is the perspective I'm going with, right? Yeah, if this is the perspective I'm going with, it's possible that I could do this right now, but it also depends on, let's see. It does depend on my ability. Fucking no shit. But let's see. Okay, so we could do something like this, right? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. But I'm not deciding anything yet. This one is going to be definitely an interesting design for sure. For sure it's going to be an interesting design. But I just need to make sure that, because like right now I'm just trying to see what connections could occur. Because I can't do subtractions. It's actually so difficult. I can't do subtractions. I can't do additions. Everything has to be a box that's added to it. Right? So this in of itself has to be something that, like, okay, first I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. Like one thing at a time, right? So let's figure out what I'm doing here. What do I want from here? I want maybe, and again, we're gonna have to see, bro. We're gonna definitely have to see, but I want something like this. And I don't even know if I'm, oh, see, fuck, I already fucked that up. I'm just gonna ignore that. There you go. Because I made it too long. Something like that. And then we can perhaps connect it like so, right? Let's see. How do I want to connect this? I want to connect it like this. Yeah, we'll do two small and one big. That could be something that kind of is cool or unique, right? Yeah, when it comes down to fine lines, it's so easy to fuck up, which I am doing right now drastically. Again, none of the lines that I put down right, yeah, like literally none of the lines I put down right now are the lines that I want. Absolutely none of them. And I'm also trying to think about the grand perspective while I'm doing this as well, right? To be very clear, I am trying to think about the overall perspective, which is extremely difficult, but really fun, right? This is the problem-solving nature of art, which is the fucking best part of art by a large margin. It is this, it's this. Let's see. Bless me. Let's see. And I'll just do something like this. We can close this off. This actually isn't even what I was intending, but yeah, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. It doesn't even make sense. But we'll just leave it. Okay, that was a huge mistake. That line, something there that either this line wasn't supposed to cross or I was supposed to connect these differently. But it's been done now, so there's no taking it back. I can only just feel good and be like, okay, until next time. Right, that's also a mistake because these aren't even centered. Like this one isn't even centered and connected properly, right? But big shapes, which I'm not doing right now. So we need to take a step back again and be like, okay, big fucking shapes, brother. All right, draw big shapes, please. Please, man, draw big shapes. This is also a mistake, actually. I just realized because I made these go up and then I put the back plane. What the fuck? I was gonna say black pane or back plane. What the goddamn hell? Okay, So yeah, more mistakes. Line mistakes. Let's see, maybe what else can be done? Well, for the time being, I'm just thinking of closing this off. This is probably just gonna be my small pocket. This is gonna be like my small shape right here, because I've already done a lot to make it seem like detailed. Not that I wanted to do it like this, by the way, but I didn't know what I wanted. That's why I'm here, right? That's why I'm fucking here. There you go. This is just me kind of throwing it to the wind. Not like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but more like, okay, what if I just extend this? Is that a good design? Right, who knows? And I could do something like this. Right? It's all going towards the vanishing point. That's right there. There's basically 1 point perspective, if you couldn't tell. Like 1 and then 2. Yeah, this is basically 2 point perspective like this, but this way. So the horizon line is actually somewhere here or here. This might actually end up being 4 point perspective. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. And I'm really just ideating, kind of, not in a bullshit way, but the visualization isn't as strong as I would like it to be. But I'm trying to think, like, how can things just look like they're connected, right? And that line, as you can see, was a huge fuck up. This line is a fuck up because I couldn't connect it properly. There you go. We even have a little connection like that, right? That showcases there's something there. Okay, that's decent. Oh shit, I hit the... Did I hit the tripod? I don't know. Okay, let's think. So I don't know what the fuck I wanted. What are some unique... Because there's so many unique ways to make boxes, but I'm trying to think in terms of functionality, right? That there has to be something that can be done. Well, I clearly need to use much bigger shapes now. Like, that's just a given, right? So, perhaps something that comes out like this. And, oh, was that a mistake? I think that might have been a mistake. No, it was not a mistake because I can fix this. I can fix her indeed. There you go. Well, okay, no, that is a huge mistake. Never mind. That's like fucking... You see, like, I can't see this shit. You see how difficult it is for me to see this? Look how much that's converging way too much. Nothing else I'm doing is converging to that point. But you know what? If something is now, I kind of have to... We have to kind of reinforce that a little bit. Right? So it distracts from these. For sure. Let's see... I'm just gonna make a tiny box attachment here. I already fucked up this line. As you can see, the perspective is very off. But this is how we grow. This is literally how growth happens. Right? Okay, well, I think this might just end up becoming a 4 point perspective, to be honest. Is it? I don't know. I think it might be. I think I literally should just make it a 4 point perspective. At this point. Not that I intended it to be, but seems like that was a bad line too, by the way. But it did end up being that way. What the hell you doing, buggy? What the hell you doing? Okay, so what can I do here? I feel as if I could do something interesting there. But I can't. See, it's such a good fucking exercise. I can't. Oh no, I can angle the boxes. What am I saying? I just can't do subtractions. So we can do something like this. Did not look as good as I needed it to. But that's because it's repeat after me, a skill issue. Right? Anything that you can't do is because you can't do it, not because it can't be done. Right? All skill issues. And again, I'm drawing boxes that are way too fucking small. I'm trying to think now. This kind of looks like the inside of a car. I didn't even mean for it to look like that. But Let's see. I want more diagonal boxes. I want more diagonal. Well, I didn't even mean to. Fuck, that didn't even end up becoming diagonal. God damn it. If anything, I'm doing a great job of showing that art is fucking difficult as hell, and I make mistakes all the goddamn time. I'm definitely doing a great job of showing that, I'd like to believe. Because ain't no way anybody watching this thinks that art is easy. Or they just think I'm a dumbass, which is possible. I may have the IQ of a dunce. It is indeed entirely possible. I don't know. Couldn't think of a larger word than possible. It's also a mistake with my lines. Also, not that line was okay. I like that line. That wasn't bad. Right? Okay, so those are connected somehow. Let's see. I'm just trying to think. Athoro, oh athoro. Why did you batoro? Right. Well, this completely changes the perspective because this was supposed to be something else. Actually, could maybe still be that thing, but I'm trying to think now. I'm really trying to figure something out. Hold up. Who am I talking to? Myself. Hold up. This is right. Jesus, Vagu Jesus. Okay, let's see. Oh, we can close this off too. In this, I'm purposefully making this asymmetrical, right? But it's not asymmetrical on the other side, so that's just a mistake. But it's okay. That's just a mistake I'm okay with because I've made it and I have to deal with it, right? But I'm just trying to think in terms of actually, like, even a little thing like this would have been better, you know? It feels like a little attachment like this. Showcase, like, okay, like it's attached. This is kind of just what I've learned from paying attention to things, right? It's like usually there's a small addition when something is attached. There's like small, big, then small again, and then like the big thing, which usually has a cutout, but I'm not drawing that cutout right now because we're trying to use simple shapes, right? But I'm also just trying to think, you know, like how can I use diagonals? Because I can use diagonals. Definitely we can use diagonals, right? Something like that would look cool. I'm just trying to see. There you go. Fucking start making some money moves, as the youngins say. Okay, damn, this perspective is already fucking my mind. I have no idea where I'm going with this. I have no idea if it even makes sense to me anymore, but that's the best part, because it's fucking my mind. I want that goddamn gray matter to be dicked down, right? So, let's see. I just need to start thinking about some diagonals. Diagonally. Let's see, like this is already off, right? But, okay, well, I can do something like this first. I can definitely start kind of inadvertently reinforcing the 4-point perspective that I am trying to do. It's not good. It's definitely, it wasn't intended, so it's clear that there's a lot of lines that indicate that it wasn't intended. And that's fine, because like at the end of the day, it's not about whether I did it or not, it's just about whether I tried, right? So, let's see. Okay, and then maybe I can have a diagonal. Oh, I could definitely have a diagonal coming out here. Right, but what would that look like when it comes to a 4-point perspective? Oh, it'd be something more intense. It'd be something like this. I think. Okay, I want to be very clear. Like, I think that would be the case. Right? Something like that. Because that seems to make sense to me. Right, it's like it's very skewed, right? That was a bad line. And this is misaligned. Yeah, that's too high up. That's a good mistake. That's a really good mistake. But this is how we... Like, I'm really trying to think hard about these alignments, to be honest. It's great mind exercise for sure. Right? something like this. Okay, and what do I want the silhouette to? I want this to be a little bit bigger, to be honest. Let's do something like this. This is just something that's gonna help reinforce the perspective, and this is so I can make this a lot longer too. Right, and then I'm starting to understand design a little bit. We can cut it off here. That will look okay. Right, that will look okay. Same thing. See, this is not aligned properly at all. Actually, maybe, hold up. Let me try. Okay, how do I do this? Let's see. Like that. Yeah, okay. Now let's align it right around here. And yeah, okay, cool. So I guess for some reason we just see way more of this side. That's fine by me as well. This is actually really cool. I'm really proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie that I've been able to do something like this. Definitely makes me feel as if I have swag. Maybe not unlimited, but definitely more than a finite, more than a large finite amount of swag. Okay, so this is obviously all changing what I intended to do here, but we'll just again add another little box. I don't even know if that looks good. Maybe not. I don't think that looks that good. But this is slowly but surely. And again, like, I'm literally thinking about the grid as much as possible. I want to be very clear. I'm thinking about this vanishing point, this vanishing point, this vanishing point, this vanishing point. My grid has expanded. My ability to see this grid has expanded. And on top of seeing the grid, I'm constantly I'm constantly using the other boxes that I have in the proximity as a reference, right? The boxes aren't just there for shits and giggles, they're also a reference point. So, and I know, like, this is pretty off, but I like, again, I'm not really planning for a lot of what we're seeing, but I am trying to ideate on a lot of what we're seeing, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's kind of like I do it and then I'm like, what will look good here, what will look good here, and then sometimes an answer comes about that I'm like, that would look good here, right? And then the answer, then I have to test, and it's usually, oh wait, never mind, that doesn't look good here. But I don't know that until I test it, right? I don't know it until I test it. So that's also really important for whoever is listening to understand. It's like, I don't know if it's gonna work until I test it. And what does that tell you? Fucking practice, okay? That's what I mean by test. Goddamn duh, right? Oh, let me just think about testing it. That'll make a difference. Trust me, fuck, I wanted to talk about this earlier, but like, I love to mental masturbate about what's it called? Just doing the work, but not actually doing it. So I want to be very clear. If I seem like someone who's very disciplined or motivated or whatever the fuck, I struggle a lot with doing things. Okay. The only reason I do them is because I have consistently done my best to build habits of doing. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not actually any more inclined to do a habit than, let's just say, whatever, like, the average person, whatever the fucking average is, which is mediocre as fuck. So we shouldn't be comparing to the average because they're all fucking mediocre as fuck, right? Hard shit right there, right? That's a I don't know, what do they call this? That's a real talk. That's a real talk. But okay, see, that doesn't look that good. But it's not bad. Like, I'm experimenting with diagonals, and this definitely could have been curved a lot more, I think. I think I can make it better here. Right? But no, like, most people do not fucking put any effort into trying, right? I've just learned that as long as I keep trying to try and genuinely abide by that, right? Like, right now, I'm really trying to try. I'm really trying to fucking align these and think about all the different perspectives that are occurring while I'm thinking about my lines, thinking about my forms, right? Trying to make sure that this shit makes sense, even if it probably doesn't, right? Like, this is a little bit better, I think. because it's more curved, perhaps. It's following that curvilinear perspective. It still looks diagonal. That one doesn't as much, I believe. I could be wrong, by the way. Like, I like to be very clear that there's a lot of things that I'm slowly getting better at, and I know that I'm on the right path, but there's a lot of room for error. Like, there's a lot of room for error and improvement, and that's the beauty, is the fact that, like, there's always room for error and improvement. But yeah, I want to be very clear. Like, I fucking mentally masturbate about doing the work all the time. Like, all the fucking time. I'm like, oh yeah, do hard work. But it's just the fact that I have built a strong routine. I've built strong habits, and the feeling, I'm at a point now, like, this is literally my rest week, right? This is supposed to be the 1 week every 6 weeks where I just rest. And my rest is basically, I still do my art, I still do my hobbies, but clearly I'm defining my art now as just like, on these rest weeks, bro, just do the fundamentals. Like, it's not as difficult in terms of the cognitive ability you'll be putting out. Obviously, I'm still thinking a lot, but nowhere near to the extent of box, sphere inside the box, center lines inside the sphere inside the box, and then trying to fucking design on top of that, like I have been doing with the portrait practices, right? Which is, again, not going above and beyond or whatever the fuck. But that's necessary to say, because that's how you learn. I just want to make it clear, right? Like, that's how you improve at a rate beyond others, is by trying at a rate beyond others. Others. But yeah, I'm just trying to say that, like, I experience indecision and uncertainty all the time. Like, do not fret, and do not, I mean, I don't know if anybody's really gonna be comparing themselves to me, but if you are, for whatever fucking reason, know that I struggle with that shit too. The only advice I can give you is that, how badly, okay, for me, this is how it works. So if this works for you, great. If it doesn't, try to find, if you can find something that one part of what I say is like, is resonating and perhaps applicable, something you can try out in your own life, go ahead. And by try out, I don't mean do it once and then you're like, it did it work. I mean, try it out for 1 month straight and do hundreds of repetitions or attempts at it, right? That's how I like to define trying, by the way. But, because, yeah, it's all just intentional repetitions, but either way, let's see. Okay, I think I know what to do with this. There you go. Something like this. And I think I'll just leave this box relatively untouched. We'll just do something like, we'll just put a smaller box on it. So, as you can tell, I got completely distracted by the drawing. And that was a fuck up as a line as well. Just to be, okay, see, so, but this is not converging enough, so this already looks off, right? This is not converging enough, this isn't curved enough, right? Lots of mistakes, lots of fucking mistakes. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But, and again, I don't know if what I'm doing here is correct, but I'm trying to think really hard if it's correct or not. Right? And I'm trying to make shit up, be like, oh, maybe I could have extended that. That's what I was doing there. I was like, oh, maybe I can extend it here. It's a lot of what is. But yeah, the one advice I can give you when it comes to just the motivation bullshit, which is just, the way I think about it is like, how badly do I actually want this? Or like, am I proud of the person I'll be who doesn't actually do the work? And the thing is, I have a channel now. I have a YouTube channel in which I am held accountable. I want to be very clear. I don't care if you don't actually hold me accountable. The fact of the matter is, I will be held accountable because of this channel. You don't say words like, watch me become great, some bullshit like that, and just expect to coast. Like, it doesn't happen. You know? That actually might have been a mistake, what I just did there. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, but like, you don't say words like that. It just doesn't, you don't say shit like, watch me become great. You know, I'm gonna make Animorphs. I'm gonna make the best manga of all time, right? Like, it's all about the fundamentals. Beginners are pussies. You don't have the right to insult people or be abrasive in my manner, right? Like, I can't speak the way I do and then not own up to it, which is put the fucking work in, right? So I also have that to think about nowadays as well. But in the beginning, it was just like, apart from the channel, apart from before I started the channel, the first 2 years, right, before I started the channel. So if we're going about that, like, how the fuck did I maintain my motivation then? It's just, again, how badly do I want it was just, for me, like, the main thing I always thought about is like, will I just give up? You know, will I just give up and then live my life knowing that I had this potential, because like the second I realized that I could draw, like that for me is like the second I realized that I could draw, like I actually could do something, right? Like that I could get good at this thing that I've wanted to get good at since I was a fucking kid, but I just didn't because you also I have brown parents, so they're just like fucking focus on something else. And I'm like, oh, mommy poo, puppy poo, I love you, but you ruined my fucking life, bro. But yeah, this is 100% wrong. Holy shit, that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, see, so huge mistake there. That is just like completely wrong. So we actually have to. Yeah, see, that was horribly wrong. But this actually does have a relatively decent silhouette, I think. I mean, it just kind of looks like a room of sorts, right? And I don't think it's anything too incredible, but it's not bad. It's not bad. But yeah, for me, it was just like, how badly do I want this? Genuinely, like I say all this shit, like I now realize that I can learn. Like I have the ability to learn. And there's a lot of things wrong with this 4-point perspective, by the way. Like I made so many fucking mistakes, right? But once I realized that I could learn and I could achieve the things I wanted, and the only thing standing in my way were hundreds and thousands of repetitions, decades of time, and sheer effort, I'm like, that's the price I'm willing to pay. So I think a lot of people who want to learn art or learn any skill, and by people I mean beginners, because if you're intermediate or advanced, especially if you're advanced, you've gone through the experience, right? Very few people come out of being advanced or excellent or masterful or anything just as high caliber in anything without realizing that it just takes sheer effort, intention, dedication, focus, and all those fucking things combined. But again, the baseline is sheer effort and intention, right? Like intentional practice. So yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, how bad do you want it, right? And are you willing to completely revise your mindset to be someone who can be positive towards learning and effort? Because I assume that you want to be someone who can be positive towards learning and effort. If you want to bitch, get the fuck off my channel. I'll be very clear. If you want to bitch, if you're here to listen and all you're thinking is like, I want to bitch, and there's not even a little part of you that's like, you know what, I do actually want to have a positive mindset towards learning. Like I actually, just not just art, but anything, right? But if you just want, if your mind immediately just goes to a bunch of excuses and obviously, like am I creating a straw man here? Is that what it's called? Whatever, I'm creating a fucking example so people know exactly what I'm against, right? But if you just want, by the way, and I'm also thinking of a design while I'm saying this, which is very difficult, thinking, talking, and explaining a story while also thinking, talking, and designing something interesting. But all skills, all very difficult skills. But yeah, if you just want to bitch, if your mind just goes to bitching when I say this shit or just trying to come up with reasons as to why you can't do something, just fuck off. Please do us both a favor and fuck off my channel. Like if you do not want to improve yourself, right? And you just want to, like, because I hate that. That's the main thing I hate, like, so much, is people who, especially after I learned that anybody can learn, not just me, but once I learned that, like, learning is not something that is, that, like, it's something that's accessible to everybody, like, learning efficiently, learning well, right? Once I realized that, for me, it was like I started just really disliking, genuinely disliking the whole ha ha ha, this is hard, oh my god, I can't do this because it's so difficult, look at me, I'm a fucking loser, I don't like to try and I don't like to use my brain. That's why I really dislike what's it called? I don't really have anything against the people themselves, even though they do perpetuate it. I've talked about this before, but I do really dislike what's it called, Ditus, and like I don't like spilled inks, whole hey guys, we're gonna do something that's hard. Oh, we all hate doing hard things. Or it's like, what the fuck? It's like you're not promoting the right mindset for artists, right? Art is already a difficult skill. I don't think these people, like your fans, need someone to validate their complete bitch behavior, right? But yeah, like one of their videos, they're like drawing things we hate drawing, and it's all things that require good spatial reasoning. I hate drawing doors. I hate drawing houses. I hate drawing cars. I hate drawing, what is it, like it was like a bunch of just mechanical or perspective related shit, and I'm like, these guys have not trained their fundamentals whatsoever. Yes, they're better than me at shading, yeah, they're better than me at coloring, they're better than me at stylization, but they have zero, their foundations are fucking garbage compared to mine, all right? And I will destroy them in all the aspects I mentioned in time, in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I will absolutely shit on everything, right? But that's besides the point. I have nothing against them as people. I actually enjoy trash chase quite a bit. Trash chased? Trash taste. All I'm saying is I don't like that mindset, and I will be vocal about it and say I don't like the whole, haha, I don't like learning this thing, right? It's so hard to learn, let's all be fucking losers together and just complain about learning. I hate that. So if you're here and you're thinking like that, and you don't want to change that, right? Like you don't even have a little bit in you to be like, you know what, I actually don't want to think like that, because this guy is some random dickhead on the internet, and if he's so passionate about wanting me to have a good mindset, then perhaps he has something to say. Perhaps I'll subscribe. Perhaps I'll like every video, watch everything, right? Perhaps I'll even click on his Patreon, realize it has no value, but I'll pay for his services anyways. Perhaps. If that's who you are, by all means, stay and listen to what I have to say, which is basically focus on the fucking effort. Put as much effort as you can and focus on that effort. I put a lot of effort here. What the fuck? I put a lot of effort here, but I fucked up so many things. This was beautiful. This is not a 4-point perspective. I tried, right? 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point. I tried. I failed miserably, right? This is actually more of a 3-point perspective, like 1, 2, and 3, with a lot of fucking it's literally 1, 2, and 3 with complete fuck ups here, which I can't even conceptualize right now. I don't even know what I did wrong. I have to think about it. Like I think, if anything, like the thing is, it was supposed to be a 1-point perspective, so this was supposed to be the top part of the circle of this 1-point perspective, right? And like these lines that I had indicated were supposed to be the front planes, not the back planes, right? And they were supposed to be following the 1-point perspective, but now it's completely changed. This still looks pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. I still think it looks pretty cool, but okay, I guess I'm done drawing for the time being. It's been an hour, but all my bitching and rambling or whatever the fuck you want to call it aside, I really genuinely believe anybody who's listening, watching, or just even if you're not, right? I genuinely believe anybody can learn how to draw to this level and 100 times beyond, because this is nothing special, because I've been drawing for almost 1,000 hours, if not 1,000 hours, right? I have 370 videos out on my channel as of now, right? So that's at least 370 hours, but many of my streams go longer than that, so it's like at least probably maybe even close to 400 hours of just the first year and a bit, by the way. The first year and 3 months, we're only in that. And then there's the 2 years prior to that, right? Which is, just the third year and the third month, like, of that, right? Just 1 year and 3 months has been recorded. But the prior 2 years before that was also like 600 hours. So we're very close to 1,000 hours of practice. This is what 1,000 hours of practice looks like, okay? This is what my 1,000 hours of just really fucking trying hard looks like, okay? And I'm telling you, I'm below average. Like, you could if you put your effort in like I did, if you even put half the effort in that I did, right? You would achieve so much more. But yeah, form is an incredibly important fundamental, as a complete aside. Like this is very important, right? But what the fuck am I trying to say? Yeah, you can do it. Your effort, no matter what type of effort you put in, as long as you're constantly trying to put in effort, you will achieve what you want to achieve. But it's not just about putting in effort, it's about constantly putting in effort, and that is valuable. Just your constant effort, right? And you're capable of it. So focus on the effort, focus on the errors, derive enjoyment from them, and the beauty of neuroplasticity and learning will do the rest. And with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching, keep drawing, and please, give me money.